Half of millennials in the US say they may never own a home. The number in the UK is even worse. Is home ownership still the foundation of building wealth? Or has the dream become a trap engineered to extract from you? Today, we put home ownership on trial. The case for, the case against, what actually changed since your parents bought their house, and the verdict that depends on where and when you live. First, the case for. Because for the people who got in, owning a home was the single most reliable wealth builder of the 20th century. A mortgage is essentially a forced savings plan with a roof. Every payment chips away principal. Over 30 years, that compounds into hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity. Most people can't save that voluntarily. Force works. Houses are also one of the cleanest hedges against inflation. Rent goes up every year, your mortgage doesn't. Lock in a payment in 2020. 20 years later, you're paying yesterday's price in tomorrow's dollars. Quietly enormous. Put down 10%, borrow the rest. If the house goes up 10%, you've doubled your money. No other asset class lets ordinary people use that much leverage with that little risk. The maths is genuinely powerful for the buyer who held. And the non-financial benefits compound too. Stable housing means better schools for kids, deeper community roots, more political voice. The benefits show up in mental health surveys and life satisfaction. Renting is more flexible. Owning is more permanent. But the case against is just as serious because the system that built that wealth for one generation is now actively extracting wealth from the next. House prices are at all-time highs relative to income. The median U.S. home now costs around 5.7 times the median household income, up from about 3 in 1980. In UK cities, the same ratio is over 9, not slow drift, a doubling. Down payments have gone the same way. The average first-time buyer needs roughly £30,000 in the UK or $60,000 in the US. Meanwhile, rents eat 30 to 50% of income. Saving the deposit became the trap. Even if you buy, the costs don't stop. Property tax, insurance, repairs, a new roof every 20 years, a new boiler. Most owners underestimate annual maintenance by half. The brochure version of home ownership leaves it all out. And once you own, you're stuck. Selling a house costs 5 to 7% in fees. Moving for a better job becomes a financial event. The thing that gives you stability also chains you in place. Most of the wealth from rising house prices flowed up to the generation that bought first. The next generation rents from them, pays their mortgage off, and inherits, if at all, after most of their working years are done. The pipeline is now backwards. So is home ownership still the dream? To answer that, you have to see how dramatically the rules have changed since your parents bought. In 1970, the median US house cost twice the median income. Today, nearly 6 times. In the UK, the ratio went from 3 to over 9 in a generation. Wages didn't budge, house prices doubled, then doubled again. The same job no longer buys the same house. Why? Restrictive planning, population growth, investor demand, cheap credit. Every factor that pushed prices up was structural. None of them about how hard young people work. The market wasn't broken. It was rewired to keep prices climbing. Which brings us to the verdict. And it depends entirely on where you live, when you buy, and why. For your parents, owning a home was the single most reliable wealth-building decision. For you, in 2025, in most major cities, it may not be. Both are true. The same playbook is now a completely different bet. The right question isn't, should I buy a house? It's, in this city, at this price, with these alternatives, does the math still work? Different city, different decade, different answer. Generational advice no longer ports. Run the rent versus buy calculator. Honestly, include all costs. Compare to the same money invested in index funds. In some cities, buying still wins. In others, the maths actively favors lifelong renting. Both can be rational. Home ownership stopped being a universal answer years ago. In the right city, at the right price, it's still the best wealth builder in the playbook. In the wrong one, it's a wealth extractor with curtains. The dream isn't dead, it just stopped being everywhere. Are you buying, renting, or stuck somewhere in between? Drop your city and your stance in the comments. If this changed how you think about housing, hit subscribe.